meaning international relations, there is no less true today. We will talk a lot after a short break. I would like to put an end to this live and within a short time, within 10 to 20 minutes, we are going to talk about Russia as geopolitical competitor, and we will also talk about the 1990s Balkan Wars. We will also talk about Chechnya, the conflict between going on Chechnya and Russia, the Middle East and the Persian Gulf. We will also talk about the democratization of Russia. We will also talk about China and Taiwan, because you see, this has been and continues to be the tenest issue in the US-China relations from 1949, when the Chinese Communist Revolution triumphed, until 1971 and the Nixon-Kissinger opening to the People's Republic of China, or PRC. The United States was allied to the government of Jiang Zeisi, Chiang Kai-shek on the island of Taiwan as part of the Datat. So we will also talk about North Korea, and we will also talk about simply about the summary of the geopolitics and US foreign relations with other countries. The end of the Cold War put the alignments and dynamics of major power geopolitics in flux. US relations with Russia have improved substantially since the end of the Cold War, but uncertainties remain as to which scenario, Russia as friend, as great power competitor, or as adversary, will prevail in the future. Relations with China continue to be debated between strategies of containment and those of engagement, is predicated on different assessments of the mix of common and competing interest. Relations with Cold War era allies in Western Europe and Japan remain generally positive but are going through their own transitions. So, our relations with India as it emerges as a major power, the geopolitics of relations with other major powers provide some complementaries but also pose tough trade offs for US foreign policy among the four P's objectives of power, peace, prosperity, and principles. In the early 1960s, President Kennedy warned that by 1970, as many as 15 to 20 states would have acquired nuclear weapons. Today, even counting suspected ones, the actual figure is probably fewer than 10. The Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, or NPT multilateral regime, is in large part responsible for this degree of non-proliferation success, but WMD threats remain and in some cases are growing worse, involving chemical and biological as well as nuclear weapons, and the threats come both from states and from the possibility of WMD terrorism. Foreign policy politics in these issues areas has been a mix of continuity with and change from past patterns. Relations with China continue to bring influential lobbies into play. The Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, or CTBT, manifested a major breakdown in Pennsylvania Avenue diplomacy between the president and the Congress. So simply that's all about, and we are going to talk about within a period. We are going to be live after 20 minutes about some other important issues like global democracy and human rights. Like we'll also talk about Bush doctrine, and there are many other things. We'll also talk about Bosnia and Herzegovina. We'll also talk about Somalia, the media and the foreign policy. The media and the US policies toward intervention, a closer look at the CNN effect. So I'd like to request you all to stay tuned to this channel, and after a short time we are going to